Hey gang, today we're going to do the solo from Tears for Fears' 1985 hit, Everybody Wants to Rule the World. It is not a shred type of solo, and I think that's what really makes it stand out. In fact, the guitar work on all of this song is really, I think, superb, but we're just going to do the solo today. All right, see you in just a second with the demo and then the lesson. All right, gang, let's go over this in some detail. Boy, that's really good guitar playing on this song. It really adds so much to the music, and that's what it's all about. Might not be the most fiery solo or playing, but it really adds to it. Okay, enough about that. First things first, you can get the tab from the link in the description. Might make your life a little bit easier, so check that out. The second thing I'd like to talk about the sound, then I'll do a slow-mo demo, and then we'll go through it line by line. All right, first the sound. Here's what I did. Your mileage may vary, but this is what I did. Obviously using an S-style guitar. I've got my pickup selector in the 2 position, which is between the bridge and middle. And then I've set my amps just so that I've got a bit of breakup on the sound. So it's just breaking up just a little bit if you listen to it like this. That's what I think I hear on the album, so that's what I did. Like I said, your mileage may vary, and you should pick the sound that you like, but don't put too much distortion or gain on this one. Keep it fairly clean. Now I'm going to clean this totally up. I'm going to change my amp so I clean it totally up so you can hear the whole thing a little bit better. Okay, so I've got my amp now cleaned up. So let's go over the whole thing slow-mo, and I'll go through it line by line. So here we go. So that's the whole thing, all just a couple of chords and some syncopation. And let me tell you, to get it up to speed, you really have to be fast with your right hand. Here's the first line, or part of that first line. We're going to start out, this is all a bunch of double stops. So the first line is kind of like this. Stop there. Let's just take the first part, which is just this to this, and this right here is a double stop A, but we're playing on the 3rd and 2nd string, 2-2, and we're not hammering on, but putting on, we're keeping this kind of barred, and we're coming up to here and playing 4-3. So we're playing the B and the D, which is kind of like a G chord. So we're kind of going from an A chord to a G chord, like so. We're also palm muting in the beginning, and at the end we're kind of loosening it up and letting it go and getting a little bit louder. So it goes like this. So notice that it goes from the A to the G, and then it goes from the A to 2 Gs, 3 times, and then it just goes, and that's all palm muted, and then it starts to loosen up by going A, G, A, G, A, G, A, G, A, G, A, G. Just watch what I'm doing here. I'll do it very slowly. Now it does this. It goes. Okay, so this right here is kind of like a B minor chord, which is also related to D, of course. So what we're doing is I'm playing on the first two strings, I'm playing the D on the third, second string, and on the first string I'm playing the second fret. So there's four of those, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then playing the fourth on the third string. So now there's that A double stop, and we're playing A, G, right? Just like we did before. So 2, 2 to 4, 3 on the second and third strings. Second time around, we don't quite do that. We do. So that's A, G, A, G, A. Sequence is kind of tough to get down, so play it really, really slowly. Here's that whole second line. Okay, here's where it gets kind of interesting. We're going to come up to here and again play a series of double stops. Okay, let's take the first part of that. We're going to come all the way up to here, and this is really like a little mini D chord. We're playing 10-10 on the first two strings. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to play in the first two strings all the way down. So 10, 10, 10. And then we'll slide down to 7. And then we'll slide down to 5. So it goes like this. And then we'll slide back up to 7. So 1, 2, 3, slide, 1, 2, slide, 1, 2, slide, and then we'll play 7, 5, 7. All right, so okay, and then we'll play this little note, 6 and 7 on the third string, and then finally this, 5, 7, 6, 7 on the third, 5, 7 again on the top. So it sounds kind of Eastern to me. Here's that whole line. It's a really cool line. Very neat. Okay, let's move on to the last line that we have after this. And it's really just a very syncopated version of that B minor that we were playing before. So it kind of goes like this. Okay, so like I said, it's all very syncopated, and there's nothing really difficult in terms of the left hand. It's all the right hand that's doing the work on this. So again, we're going to play, and so that's our little double stop on the first two strings, second string third, first string second, and then playing that fourth on the third string. We're going to do that twice. The third time we don't play the first chord, we just go directly to the, all right? And then after a little bit of time, and you should really just listen to the album to get this timing right, we're just going to play that again. Twice. All right? So here's that whole thing, the end. Again, it's not the left hand, just listen to the timing. coincides with when the vocals begins again. All right, gang. Well, there you go. Tears for Fears, the solo to Everybody Wants to Rule the World. Hope you enjoyed this one. I know I enjoyed teaching it today. Don't forget to like this video if you liked it, and if you haven't yet, subscribe for a couple of these every single week. We will see you on down the road.